conversation is fine, as long as that's where it ends.
I love controversy.
It's like, bring it on. Yeah.
Bring it on. It doesn't matter how worthy someone is. If the rock is not there, you can't carve them.
Putting an end to this age-old debate, at least for now. Ryan Nobles, NBC News, Mount Rushmore, South Dakota.
Reed Galen is back with me. I don't know if you've ever been to Rushmore. It is an awesome, awesome site. But it doesn't stop there. Republicans are pushing to add the president's name or face on everything from airports, D.C.'s metro station, his face on a $100 bill, even a specially signed $250 bill. There's a suggestion to redesignate June 14th as Trump's birthday and Flag Day. A lot of stuff, Mount Rushmore probably among them, will never happen. But what do you make of even these suggestions?
Well, I think the idea of trying to carve Donald Trump's face into Mount Rushmore and having it collapse is about as good a metaphor for his presidency as you're going to find. And I think that the rest of it is just a continuation of his branding exercise that he's been up to for the last 40 or 50 years. It used to be hotels, and now it's going to be museums and train stations. The man is a megalomaniac. He's clearly a narcissist. And you have a bunch of people like Paulina Luna, who is a talentless goon of epic proportions, who have literally nothing better to do than come up with this stuff, as opposed to, let's say, trying to figure out how to save her constituents in Florida from the next hurricane, out of control housing prices, or the inability to get homeowners insurance. And so, yeah, none of this is surprising. It's all to make sure that the dear leader is happy for the next 3.5 years, that they stay in his good graces, that if any of them get in trouble, they're on the pardon list. I mean, Chris, this is all just an extension of what we were talking about when I was on earlier in the show. It is his world at the moment. It is his control that we're all having to deal with. And there's so many people who have been very, very cheap in taking those 30 pieces of silver. Mount Rushmore, train stations, whatever it is just the next iteration.
Let me show you an image, Reed. It's a giant banner of Trump that's been unfurled on the side of the Labor Department in D.C. with the message, America Workers First. Democratic Massachusetts Congressman Jim McGovern wrote on X, looks like something I've seen before, alongside an image of portraits of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and his father Kim Jong-il hanging in front of a large building. The president was praising Kim just yesterday. What's your reaction to putting a banner of the president's face on the side of a building like that?
Well, in that image, you also demonstrated that Teddy Roosevelt was on there. Of course, Teddy Roosevelt hasn't been president for more than 100 years. It's the same reason why you wouldn't name a school probably for somebody who's still alive, or an aircraft carrier for somebody who's still alive, because you do those things in honor of their service or their acts and deeds. This is, again, just to salve his ego so that when he drives by on Constitution Avenue, he can see himself on the wall of the Labor Department, a department I assume most of he and his people would tear down if they could. So again, it's just feeding the megalomania. We don't have to really dissect this stuff too deeply. This stuff is all pretty simple to understand, and it comes back to a guy who feels very, very small on the inside, needs constant reassurance, and needs people cheerleading for him. And this is the way they do it.
Reed Galen, it's always good to see you. Thank you for coming on the show. And still to come, the third time wasn't the charm. Why federal prosecutors tried and failed 3 times.